Hello, I'm doing a series on famous characters that made their first appearance in obscure comics or magazines. And this part is, I'm going to do three in this one. So a little bit bigger than my previous videos where I focused on one comic and or magazine with just one character in it. But these were more obscure characters that maybe you're not familiar with. Maybe you don't appreciate as much as maybe who are true fans of comics might appreciate. So these ones are a little bit more obscure characters, and they made their first appearances in even more obscure comics. So I'm going to do these. We're going to, I'd like you to comment which characters you think these would be. I'm going to show you three comics, and I'm just going to quickly describe them, and you're going to guess three characters, and then I'm going to give the answers to what the three comics, who made their first appearance inside of them. So first one is Creatures of Id, and I'm going to have to hide this part because you can cheat. I don't want you to cheat because it says whose first appearance is inside of it. But yeah, this is Creatures of Id, okay? And just a very obscure comic, okay? So if you've watched I did an unboxing video where I actually say who made his first appearance in this, but if you didn't watch that, well, try to guess. So yeah, so this is Creatures of Id, and there's a kind of a Indy character that made his first appearance in this comic. So try to guess. That's the first one. Now this one, if you know comics, it's pretty obvious. It is really obvious who this is, but this is an obscure comic. It's Megaton, and it's almost like I don't even have to hide this because it's pretty obvious which character, if you know comics, made his first appearance in this comic. So big hint on the cover. So I hope you can figure this one out. So yeah, this is a very famous character's first appearance. Megaton number 3. So write your answer below. And the last is another kind of cool but obscure character. But and actually, this comic is the first appearance of Destroyer Doc, which is even more obscure. But it's a comic character that is quite popular. And that also appeared in this comic. So this is the first appearance of a pretty major character. By the way, if you're not familiar with Destroyer Duck, this is actually kind of a cool comic on its own. It's not an expensive one, just so you know. You can probably pick it up for under $100 in high grade, so really cheap. And this character is sort of a rebellion against Howard the Duck. So, it's Destroyer Duck. So, yeah. So, yeah, it says Special Lawsuit Benefit Edition. It's like the guy basically had sort of a lawsuit about Howard the Duck. So, really obscure comic, but featured a kind of like maybe a semi-mainstream character made their first appearance in this comic. Okay, so those were the three, and I'll go back to the start again. The first one, this is an Indy character you might not be familiar with, and it is the first appearance of Frank Einstein. Now, you might not be familiar with the name Frank Einstein, but Frank Einstein, his alias is Madman, and Madman comics were fairly popular. So this was first appearance of Madman. It's Creatures of Id number 1. Kind of a cool comic. This can actually be a pretty pricey book. In a 9.8, you're looking at over $1,000. So fairly pricey book. Next one this one was a bit more obvious. This is the first appearance of the Savage Dragon. And he kind of looks a little different, but not much different. And that's him right there. So if you guessed that right, good for you. That was pretty obvious, I think. And he's pretty popular in Image, but this is not Image. This is actually a different company. And it's Megaton number 3, the first appearance of the Savage Dragon. And the last one of the 3, Destroyer Duck. This is the first appearance of Gru. He's kind of like this barbarian character, sort of like Conan the Barbarian, but a little bit comedic. He's like a comic character. It's kind of cool. I really liked him as a kid, when I was in university. So this is his first appearance, and it's a very affordable key that you can pick up. So yeah, that's the 3. Tell me how well you did as well in the comments below. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy this series. I'm trying to do different series. Check out my other videos. There's lots of cool series that I've done. And thanks for watching. Bye.